Hello, my beautiful love goods, and welcome back. So in today's build, I am building another base game only house, and this one is just a base game family home. That's just what it is. You know, I've done so many of these at this point that it's hard to, find a new way to introduce them every single time. So it's a base game family house, but I'm super, super proud of myself for building this. Honestly, I love how it came out. It did take me quite a bit of time, actually, quite surprisingly. I did edit some parts out. But yeah, I really had fun building it. It was really interesting and just, I don't know. I feel like every time I build a base game only house, I really want to kind of make it different than all the others that I've done, and that is a bit of a challenge, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Let me look at my screenshots to see how many bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms. That tells you how good my memory is, but there is 3 bedrooms, and I think there's only 1 bathroom in this house, unfortunately. However, I think the Sims that lived here could make it work. You could have up to 5 Sims living here. I would say optimally 4 Sims, like parents and 2 children, but you could easily do whatever you want with that, because there is bunk beds in one of the bedrooms. So at least let me look. Yeah, there is. That tells you how good my memory is that I have to literally look through the screenshots in the editing software that I use to see what I did. But yeah, how are you all? I hope everyone's taking care of themselves, drinking water, staying safe, staying home, staying healthy, staying hydrated, getting vaccinated if you can. I actually plan on doing that sometime soon. It's just, I have a lot of anxiety around it, just generally, but, soon I will definitely look into that. But yeah, I recently started my new job, and I'm very excited about it, honestly. It's not a full-time job or anything, so I'll still be able to work on YouTube part-time, so that makes me feel good. But yeah, I really am enjoying working on videos lately. I am probably going to cut back on videos here and there. I'm going to try to find a schedule that is consistent and easy, because the YouTube algorithm and stuff. But yeah, I love this house. I'm just looking at it now, and I remembered how much I loved it. As you can see here, I was actually going with this green siding that I use all the time in my base game builds, but I was like, you know what? I use this every single time. I want to try something different, and so I do eventually change it to a different color. The green is my favorite. It always will be my favorite. It's something that's just, it's the perfect siding. My only criticism of this siding is that there is the simple siding in the base game, and there's 2 versions. There's just the plain, siding, and then there's the version where it has a trim on the corners. Now, those are not corners that we can adjust. It's auto placed pretty much, and it's very finicky with how it works, but basically you have to have more than 2 tiles of space for it to turn it on. I don't know how to describe it. I have to show you all, I guess, one day. But basically, in the trim version, where there's a corner trim, that's where the green swatch is that I love. But in the regular kind that doesn't have any trim, it doesn't have that green swatch. I don't understand. It makes me so mad. I want to use it, and it's just a pain because the auto trim does not work very well. So yeah, it's very fussy, and when I can use it, I will, but obviously in this case I didn't. So I went with this kind of beige color, and I honestly really like it. It looks really realistic. I will say I've seen quite a lot more beige and gray homes than I have green. So yeah, which if I was to be able to choose my house, if it was a dream world where I could literally afford to just pick and choose every little detail without budget, without worrying about if I could find things, it would all be green. Everything would be green. You remember, if any of y'all have seen this, do let me know in the comments, but there's this elderly lady who her whole house, her hair, her car, her clothes, all her decor, furniture, everything in her house is a lime green color, and the only reason is because she loves lime green. And I'm I aspire to be like her. Instead of it being lime green, it would be a nice Slytherin green, or something like that color, or just all shades of green, honestly, because green is my favorite color if you didn't know. And like, I just want my house to be furnished with like that. Okay, so if any of you all know, you can just do a Google search if you don't, but you can look up like Victorian or Edwardian like furniture or like wallpapers and stuff. There's a specific kind of green. I think it's called Seals green. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. But it was pretty much a very, very popular green pigment during the Edwardian era. And it was actually toxic, apparently, especially if it was like ingested, like if you breathed it in, which for the most part, it would have to be disturbed, I think. But yeah, it was a dye that was toxic, but it was this beautiful like emerald green color that was so popular during the Edwardian era. And I love that color so much. I obviously wouldn't have that specific color or stuff from that era specifically because of that reason, but I don't know, I love that color so much. And besides, I love anything green. Like, I love dark, deep foresty greens. I love a nice moody green. I love a nice sap green. If you are a watercolor artist, you'll know what I'm talking about. I love a nice, bluey, tealy green, but I'm more into like the deeper, like moody greens and like Slytherin greens and emerald greens, stuff like that. I love green just in general. But yeah, what's your favorite color? Do let me know in the comments. There we go, we can start a conversation there. But if you can be a little bit more specific, like describe what color you like more than anything, because obviously we have our standard red and blue, but there's so many colors of the rainbow. There's so much out there more than just like red, because you've got your cool toned reds, your crimsons, your more warm toned like peachy reddish pinky reds, and your orangey reds, your scarlets, and then this green right here on these couches, by the way, these base game couches, these are the best couches in the game, hands down. Like, without question, these are the nicest couches in the base game, in the entire Sims 4. They need to either A, add more swatches to it, or B, expand it and add like a love seat and a chair option. We kind of have a chair option. It doesn't exactly match, but it still kind of goes with it. But the colors aren't the same. They're way different. But I would definitely love if they made more furniture like this, because this looks like a normal couch. Like, it's a timeless couch too. Like, this could be in a 90s build or a 2021 build. Like, no joke. Like, obviously, like even my real life couch, it's not too different from this. Like, I mean, obviously my couch is like a sectional, but it's still kind of the same style, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I really love this couch in green, and I'm very passionate about it too, if you can't tell, because this is my life. But yeah, it's this was a fun build. I love the living room here. I did a little bit of experimenting with some cabinets. I do have a mod, by the way, and I will leave it linked down below if I remember. If not, please yell at me in the comments. But there is a mod that I found that adds slots to the tops of cabinets. It also adds more slots to the top of counters as well. I can't remember who created the mod off the top of my head, but I will be sure to leave a link down below so that you can try it out. It's from Mod The Sims. That's what I remember, at least. I used that coffee table that I try to use more often, but I just didn't really love it, honestly. I wish we had more coffee tables like that were round but a little bit smaller. We do obviously have that one from Tiny Living. So anyways, I don't know if the voiceover is lining up the video exactly, but anyways, I used this wallpaper from the base game. This was actually added into the base game a little bit more like later in its life, if you will. And I love it so much. And I feel like I don't really use it very often. And so I wanted to use it here because I love the color green. And honestly, it kind of worked. I think that I just kind of mismatched a lot of things. And honestly, yeah, and plus it's wainscoting. It's cool because you see that beige wallpaper or paint with the wainscoting. That's the same like thing, but it's a different swatch, which I really love that. I don't know, I just feel like the base game now versus when it came out is so much better than it used to be. Like, it didn't really have everything, situated and settled when it came out upon first release. Like, think about it, we didn't have pools. So, we didn't have half walls. We didn't have, like split leveling. We didn't have all those things. Like, the base game has come a long way. It definitely still needs some work. by far, but I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far, at least fairly happy. I'm glad with the progress that it's made. There is still some work that needs to be done, so I'm hopeful that the Sims team continues to really step up their game and really like push hard and just keep going. But yeah, I used some siding on the inside of this kitchen dining space, just because I wanted to do like a shiplap moment, but we really don't have any like horizontal like wood-y looking things. We do have some like vertical slats, but they aren't really the same, so I went with just the white siding. I think it works pretty well. I personally would like, if I had like other packs with this build, I would probably use just the shiplap from Spa Day. That's a really good set. I will say Spa Day, out of all the game packs, is my least favorite. It does add yoga, which I really like. I actually really love the wellness skill that it adds. That's something that is pretty fun, because it's not just about like meditation and yoga and stuff, but it also like adds some recipes too, which was kind of fun, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is probably, out of all the game packs, I'd probably say, it's obviously going to be Realm of Magic. But I will say Vampires is a close second. I really love Vampires. I'm a big fan of occult Sims in The Sims. Like, you know how I am. Like, Sims 3 Supernatural, it's the best expansion pack, alongside Making Magic. Those two, the best expansion packs, always and forever, for me at least. When I say the best, they're my favorite. That's what I should probably say. But yeah, like there is definitely some expansion packs where I'm like, well, it's not my first choice. Like, Journey to Batu. Journey to who? What? No, seriously, definitely not for me. And I feel like, I just was thinking about this today, the whole Journey to Batu game pack. Like, I know that the concept of it is kind of sad and like, like, oh wow, they really resorted to that. But at the same time, I look at it as like, oh well, it's not for me. It's not made for me. It's not like the Sims team or whoever is behind the decision making in that regard. It's not like, they were like, oh, let's try to target our key audience that we already have with this pack. No, I feel like they were targeting a completely different audience. They were going for, Simmers who played, what am I trying to say? People who weren't really entirely like experience with The Sims, more people that may have just had the base game, or maybe they played a previous game and haven't played in a long time and they're a big fan of Star Wars or something, and they really wanted to kind of bring Simmers or bring in new people to play The Sims. I don't know. I don't think it necessarily worked. Let's be honest, because the pack itself is kind of lackluster, but if you can get it on sale, I will recommend it for the build buy mode items, because they are kind of amazing, I will say. Obviously, with Star Wars, they were partnering with whoever owns those movies. I don't really know, actually. I've never seen Star Wars, if you can't tell. But anyways, I don't know where I got onto this topic. I just had that on my mind today. But anyways, here is the second bedroom. I may have already finished the first one. I don't remember. But yeah, no, this is the second bedroom. This one has the bunk beds in it, and I gave them two TVs. No, I gave them each a computer. I thought maybe some twins would be in this room. I went with a blue and green theme. I don't know, it doesn't work. It's kind of cute, kind of not, but I don't know. Kids rooms, I like going kind of crazy and fun with. Obviously this bedroom here is a little bit wild and crazy. I always like to have like an emo teenager for some reason. That's just like, because I was an emo kid as a teenager. I know, right? I'm so surprising, I know. But yeah, I was a bit of an emo kid, and this would have been a really wow, I just glitched out there. This would have been an amazing room to have as a teenager, honestly. Like, I personally would probably have went with like purple or dark green. Let's be honest, in my real right now, I am 25 years of age. I would go with black and dark green for everything. Let's be honest. I'm obsessed. I'm a Slytherin. Well, I'm actually a Hufflepuff, but I want to be a Slytherin, so I'm just claiming that I'm Slytherin even though I'm a Hufflepuff. I know I'm a betrayer, but you know what? I don't care what the Hogwarts test says, because I can be whatever I want to be. So yeah, that's just me, okay? Take that rolling. Oh, I'm sorry for bringing up her name. Let's just ignore her. Okay, anyways, I don't know what I was talking about. I just had to pause because my boyfriend just got home. But yes, master bedroom. I love the master bedroom. It's super cute. It's got all the green accents. This is honestly my favorite room of the house. It's just cozy, and it's got plants and candles and green siding. I use the green siding, and I kind of like how it looks in here. It looks like boards that they painted. I don't know what it is. I just love the bedroom. The master bedroom, hands down my favorite room in the house. And of course, I am working on the backyard now. I think maybe, I don't know. I bounce back and forth all the time. It really drives me crazy because I can't keep my videos consistent. So yeah, future, past Luke, whatever, past Luca, they're driving me crazy. Future Luca, present Luca, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a bit and it's just not working. But yeah, as always with my base game, backyards, I think I add a pool. Yes, I add a pool. I just did that. But I add a pool. I have a little shed with a computer, an easel, some plants, I just add some skill building items because, with The Sims 4, there's really not a whole lot of crazy dramatic things. There isn't it's not dramatically, out there, outlandish. It's more realistic, skills and stuff, which I actually appreciate because it just, it adds more stuff to the game itself. It feels a little bit more like family gameplay, but of course, that's up for opinion, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, it was a fun little build. I really, really enjoyed this build. I love the little shed. I love the little windows. Those little windows, those are my favorite things in the game. I don't know why. When I'm building a house, I feel like those are just the perfect little decorative little window to put in the roofing. It's so cute. I love it. It's called a clover leaf window. I love it so much. It's just part of that, in the Sims 4 base game, there's that mega set. I don't know why they call it mega, but it's like a style of furniture. It's a big set, but it's also got windows and stuff too, and doors and everything. It's kind of a nice set, honestly. That would actually be a pretty interesting build to try, if you just use those specific items from that set only in a whole build, which is pretty common in the base game, but I would definitely like to try that myself. So yeah, I love the landscaping with this house too. I just realized that I actually kind of popped off on it. I just kind of went crazy with a bunch of just random things from the show live edit objects, of course. If you don't have the Better Build by mod by Twisted Mexi, which I will leave a link down below to his website where you can check out his mods. If you don't have that mod, you can just type in bb.show live or show hidden objects true and bb.show live edit objects true. In my experience, I haven't had to type in show hidden objects, but for some people they have had to before they can access the live edit objects as well. And also make sure to have testing cheats on. But yeah, you'll be able to find a bunch of landscaping and world objects that you can use to decorate your homes. It's totally free for the most part, and it obviously doesn't get in the way of your Sims. I say this as if most of you all don't already know this, but just in case you don't know, it's a really good little tidbit for building starter homes and adding some more items to the game. But anyways, I love you all so much. Here is the house. It's available to download under the username lukeydean as well as the hashtag Lukey. This information will be in the description down below. But yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.